My next guest is coming off a huge win over Jared Vanderaa, getting it done in the third round at UFC Vegas 58 back on July 9th. It's Chase Sherman back here on the program. Chase, how are you, man?
What's up, brother? I'm good. How you doing?
Doing great. We're just a couple weeks removed from that win, man. How you feeling? That got to have felt good, just getting a finish, especially over a tough guy in Jared Vanderaa.
Yeah, man, it felt great. I don't know. I was just confident heading into the fight. Stylistically, I knew that it was going to be a great matchup for me. So we took the fight. He had originally called me out via social media and, asked for the fight. So we obliged to it. And then Mick gave us the offer on about 2.5 weeks notice. And we took it and ran with it.
That's good. Did that annoy you that he called you out, or how did you take that when you heard that he wanted to fight you?
I mean, I wasn't, he was respectful about it. It wasn't like he was, running his mouth or whatever the case may be. But at the same time, to call somebody out on a 4-fight skid, it kind of told me everything I needed to know about the guy. You know what I mean? So I think he thought it was going to be, an easy day for him. And obviously told me that he wasn't I'm never going to call somebody out that's lost 4 fights in a row. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so it just told me everything I needed to know.
Okay, fair enough. Was there anything about him that surprised you in the fight that maybe you weren't expecting, kind of looking back on the performance?
No, honestly, not really. I mean, it seemed like the fight was moving in kind of like slow motion a little bit, at least on his end. And after halfway through the first round, I already knew that, I was like, this guy really ain't got nothing for me. So it kind of I relaxed and got into that flow state, and next thing you know, capitalized on the opportunity.
So you get the finish. How did you celebrate after the win? I know you had to do a little bit of media, but did you get to enjoy yourself that night?
Oh man, we went to go down to the old strip and on Fremont, and I got down there and it was hot and it was crowded, and I was like, I was maybe out there for an hour, and I was like, I want to go back to the room and chill. So that's what I did. I'm getting older now, can't be doing all this crazy stuff like I used to. And just being shoulder to shoulder with somebody in Vegas heat, and having to freaking yell to make any sort of communication, and take forever to get a drink or something. I'm just like, yeah, I'd rather be in a room chilling.
Yeah, where there's like literally chilling because there's air conditioning in there. I can attest, man. I was in Vegas the week before for UFC 276. It was so humid out there, man. I don't know how people do it year round living there in the summer. It's pretty crazy, right?
Yeah, it's hot. It's hot.
Yeah, but for sure.
It was a good time, man. All in all, the whole week was great. Just been really, focusing on my mind and getting my mind right, man, because I feel like that's the only thing that's kind of held me back throughout my career. And I think we're, you know what I mean? It's definitely in a better place. And if I could just tap into that place that I was at, that flow state, and get out of my head and get into my body and just do what I know that I'm capable of doing, man, I think the sky's the limit. I really do.
Does that, having that win, does that kind of give you more confidence going forward about just, being able to put it together, like you said? Because it is a lot. I mean, I don't think people think of this. It is a lot of mental stuff when it comes to getting in there, performing at a high level. Like, you can look as great as you can in the gym, but it doesn't matter until you do it on fight night, right? You only got one night to do it.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And, yeah, it definitely does bring confidence. I told my coaches, I was like, sorry about that. I told my coach.
You just got up from a nap, by the way. I got to remind people. I would hope I'm not boring you too much, but you had a nap just before we did this.
Sorry,
clarify. No, it's all good. Don't apologize, man. I was telling you off air. I get naps all the time. It's important as a father,
Yeah. So I told my coaches and I told the media that week. I said, man, it happens in individual sports. It happens in major, like things like your major league pitchers or golfers or anybody that has to perform solo on a big stage. You fall into these slumps, and sometimes you get out of them, sometimes you can't. And then you also, you know what I mean, find yourself on a hot streak as well, just like that, you know. And it's not like, you know, you make these great adjustments, you know, physically or with your game or you know, I mean, training or anything like that. It's really just the mental adjustments, you know. And so
Mhm.
just nailing that down and getting my confidence back and getting into a groove. If I can carry that with me into the cage on fight night every night, like I said, it's just, I feel like it's gonna be a long night for anybody because I've been in the game for a minute now. I think I've been in the UFC for 5 or 6 years and 13 fights with the organization. Um, so I know like my fight IQ is there. I have all the knowledge in the fight game. I'm a veteran, and now and also, you know, I you know, have the athletic ability. I feel like I'm one of the best athletes in the heavyweight division. And so now it was just all about, you know, getting my mind right.
Taking a sharp turn here. I got to ask this because I know people are going to ask me about it. The picture with OJ Simpson. What was that all about? With the caption "Killers." There's got to be a story behind that.
Yeah, I'd actually seen. We went to eat dinner the night before. Me and some teammates and friends, and we ended up sitting right behind them, and the the guy that works at the front door of the restaurant went and introduced us to him, and we all took some pictures. And I just kept it in my back pocket, you know what I mean, till after the fight. And I was like, oh, my bad,
Oh, all good.
I accidentally clicked on this thing. Hold on.
No worries. It's all good. I got your back.
Um,
You're all good.
and I was like, you know, I already kind of knew what I wanted the caption to be, but then getting the knockout made it even sweeter. So it was just kind of subtle. It's funny.
What's been the response on social media? Because I'm sure there were some people that were upset. Obviously, I know it's years ago that whole thing happened with, OJ. But did you get any mean people kind of going after you or anything?
I really didn't see any. I thought every comment that I had seen on the thread was everybody laughing. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's good. Okay.
But
Well, at
so
least people can take it that way, right? So,
yeah, if you, I kind of, you know what I mean? Like I have like a dry, dark sense of humor. So like, you know what I mean? Like if you can't laugh about something, when was that? Like maybe 25 years ago, 20 years ago?
yeah.
I don't know.
It was 94. I only remember that because I'm from Vancouver, and that was, I think, that whole chase and stuff happened during the Stanley Cup final when my Vancouver Canucks were playing the New York Rangers. It's the only reason I remember that. So because they did
Yeah.
a whole ESPN thing on it.
Oh yeah, yeah. So I just you know, I didn't really didn't seem like it received much backlash. I know the Yahoo News article that they posted, the caption was like UFC fighter takes picture with OJ Simpson with a, like rather awkward caption or whatever. And
Right.
so I thought that was going to be kind of like them trying to like throw some shade or whatever on the situation, but you read the article and it was just, you know, basically talking about the fight, and there's a
Yeah, it was
picture.
trying to drop clickbait, right? That's
Yeah,
what it kind of is, right? Yeah,
exactly.
exactly. Yeah, I've
So
seen a few of those.
it was funny, man. I thought it got a pretty huge response. I mean,
Mhm.
so I don't know. I just was whatever. I don't take things too seriously. You know what I mean?
No, no, I wouldn't expect anything less from you. You're always a, easygoing guy when it comes to that. Speaking of feedback on social media, I imagine some people had messaged you their betting slips because you were an underdog in this fight. I imagine some people cashed some good coin, especially the finish. I would imagine would have been a good prop.
That's what I said. I said, well, most of them just bet on that, you know, the ones that won were just on the win. I
Mhm.
was like, damn, like, because I think the finish was what, plus like 40, plus four. I mean, plus 450, plus 460. Or
Yeah, it was
something.
crazy. Yeah, I couldn't believe that. Yeah.
I was like, damn, like you got two strikers in there, and then you know what I mean. Like 15 out of my 16 wins are knockouts. Like
Yeah.
that was wild. I was like, all right, whatever. I was like, if I was a gambling man, that's the bet I would have took all day, because if you're even thinking I'm winning, you
Yeah,
know,
you're not going to win a decision. Like most
yeah,
likely, you would win by finish. That's true.
yeah.
If you look at
Yeah.
your record, did anyone win any like big money though? Because like you said, plus 450. Someone lays like $100 on there. That's a good amount of profit. Did you get any like big bets or anything?
I don't know, man. You know what I mean? Like sifting through all the messages after the fights and stuff, you know,
Yeah, it
like
would take a while. Yeah, I'm sure you got a
yeah,
lot of feedback.
I
So.
just, yeah, it's usually if I see someone about something about, you know, a bet or whatever, I'll just sift through it and delete it or whatever. But
We have a heavyweight fight this weekend. I don't know if you saw Curtis Blades and Tom Aspinall in your weight class. Do you have a pick in that one? Because I think Aspinall is the favorite right now at the time of recording this.
yeah, that's a great fight too. And Tom Aspinall is probably one of the better um, athletes in the division as well. You know what I mean? That kid is, and he's just getting better and better. And he's got a ground game as well. I mean, I'm going with Aspinall.
Mhm. Yeah, he's looking. What he did to Volkov, I mean, that was very impressive to take him out of there in the first round. I don't know if
Yeah,
you saw that fight. Yeah,
yeah. And then I just feel like he defends Curtis. Curtis has a really good blast double. He's really good, and his striking got better when he moved to Denver.
yeah,
But I mean, just Aspinall. I think he defends that takedown and keeps on his feet. Yeah,
sure.
he's a hell of a heavyweight, man. I noticed that whenever I first saw him fight, I was like, this kid's special.
When are you looking to get back in there? I know, kind of we're 2 weeks away from since the win. Is there any sort of timeline? Do you know when you want to get back in there and have that next fight? It looked like you came up relatively unscathed.
Yeah, I'm not too bad off. I got some back issues going on. We just got the MRI back on that, but nothing too serious. I got some good bruising behind on that old hamstring from a few of the leg kicks. But I mean, I'm back in the gym. I was back in the gym on Monday. I trained twice a day, and that's probably why I'm so damn tired. So I want to keep going while you know what I mean. While we still got some momentum, and I'll fight in September, man.
And this would be, you've had 2 fights now in the new contract. It was 4 fights or was it 5? I was trying to remember when they signed you to fight Romanov. 4. So next fight's kind of big because you're coming off a win here. You get another win. That's going to be nice going back to the negotiating table, right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
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 Any opponents in mind and any like fun matchups? Again, not calling anyone out, but I'm sure you've looked at the division. You're like, hey, that would be a fun fight.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of people, as soon as the fight were over, was calling for me and Parisian. I think they said that fight makes a lot of sense. So I kind of agree with them on that. I don't know particularly if that's would consider a fun fight or somebody I would be excited of fighting, but you know what I mean? I'm always, I'm never going to shy away from a fight, regardless of styles or how they fight. I would really would love to get that Andre Arlovski fight back.
Yeah.
5 minutes prior to walking out to the cage, tearing my knee, and then still.
I remember that you told me that. I couldn't believe that you fought through. It was crazy.
Yeah, and then I didn't think I had a choice really.
Yeah.
My husband coach was like, "You got to fight. You're up next, and you come main event." But I would love to get that fight back, man, and fight healthy. I guess. And those are really the two that I've been really kind of thinking about more or less. But yeah, that Andre Arlovski fight just never sat well with me, just because how it was such a close fight, and then kind of how it went down, and then almost getting the finish in the first round, and my knee just going to shit right before. So it was just like one of those things. Hopefully I can get that opportunity again. Who knows?
We'll see. We'll see. Chase, thanks for doing this, man. I know you want to enjoy some downtime. If there's anyone you want to thank before you get out of here, sponsors or social media you want to plug, I'll give you the last word.
Man, no, I think everybody kind of knows where to find me on social media, and other than my coaches and good man upstairs, I'm that's about all I need to thank myself. Waking up and fucking grinding every day.